Okay, so I'm going to do a video on the brew shed. My brew shed. Someone posted on Facebook, the official BrewTube Facebook, on my setup, my boiler. And I thought, well, why not kill a couple of birds with one stone and show you the whole kind of brew shed setup, etc., etc. So the shed, the garden's not massive, you can see. So here's the garden. There's the house. There's the, whatever. So the shed, it's a big shed. It's 14 foot long by 12 foot wide. So it's a big old shed. And the number one thing to point out is it's not exclusively my shed. You'll see here that I share it with the rest of the family, and I have the usual crap that is in the shed. So sorry, I'm going to stand back. I'm fighting against a clean-up. So I've brewed the Russian Imperial Stout today, and I'm just cleaning up now and running things through the pumps and that to make sure it's clean. So anyway, so I've got 3 kids, and we have the usual shit that you have. So as you walk in, on the right hand side is all the shit, as you can see, and normal shed stuff, decorating stuff, gardening stuff, so down there is the, there's a lawn mower, there's some bikes, there's toys that we never use, there's, kids bloody car seats that they're past using and we never got rid of, and push chairs and all that sort of rubbish, toys, whatever. So anyway, but on the left hand side, it's all very different now, apart from the top bit is still shit, but down the bottom bit. So what have I got? So essentially I've got 2 boilers, both the same, both are buffalo boilers. These are from both of them from Ssetp. The first one I showed you is the newer one. This is a slightly older one. Both of them have been changed. So when you buy the buffalo boiler, it comes with like a tap that's got like it's almost like basically it's a T-urn, which is what these are. So they come with a T-urn tap, and so on both of them I've fitted new taps. Very, very simple to do. Literally, when you take the original tap off, all you need to do is drill through the hole, because the hole is sort of rounded at the ends, but the sides are straight. So you need to use a sort of grinding tool to sort of grind out the holes to get them through. So did that with both of these. These taps, both of them, are from Kid Kingdom. I'm not affiliated to anyone. I'll just tell you where I've bought stuff from if you want. You can ask me and I'll give you links to everything that I've bought if you want to know. The mash tun in the middle, this was part of a kit that I bought from Brew UK. Sorry, I've got to move this up, turn that down a bit, or turn it up a bit. I bought a kit, my first ever all grain kit I bought from Brew UK, and this came as part of it. And it's essentially, apart from the chiller, is the only bit that I still use. So I use the chiller, but the boiler was no good. So I've replaced that obviously with the buffalo boilers. Okay, so this boiler, the newer one, I've done, apart from fitting a new tap, I've done nothing else to it. So all this boiler does for me is it does when I recirculate and I run it through a Herms coil, it just literally does that. So it doesn't need to boil. It doesn't even need to come up to 100 degrees, it needs to get to about 80 or so max. So I've done nothing as far as bypassing the thermostat, etc., etc. all I've done is fitted the new tap, and that is literally it. And you can see right now, all I've got through here is I'm just running a load of water and some citric acid through everything just to clean it up. This looks an absolute state at the moment because it's had the Russian Imperial Stout in there, so I'll give that a good clean up a bit later on. But right now I'm just like passing stuff through it really. So how's that looking? That's looking fine. That's looking fine. Perhaps put a little bit more going into there. Right. Okay. Anywho, this on the other hand has had a lot of stuff done to it. So number one, it's had the tap done. Number two, it's had this put into the top. So we've just got a cam lock fitting on there on one side, and on the other side sort of I'll try and keep out of the way. On the other side you can just see there it's got like an L bend, a 90-degree bend, so I'm trying to keep out of the way of the steam coming off here. A 90-degree bend and just what's it, I can't remember the bloody name now, sort of like to the side. So what I can do with that is I can collect a load of sort of tubing to that, some silicone tubing, half-inch silicone tubing, and I can either sparge all the way down to the bottom, which I do with some longer tubing, or I can recirculate with some shorter tubing and literally put it on and it goes round and round and round and round and round, so that's fine. Then what I've also done, I've also fitted a sight glass to the side. Now this is freestanding. Sometimes they have the little O burnt, but I mean that is solid as, it's absolutely fine, doesn't need any kind of fitting at all. So let me see if I can show you. I don't know if I'll be able to show you so without it all clogging up. There's the inside of that that comes out from there. So I've got another one over here I can show you actually. I was going to fit a sight glass to this, but I didn't. So here, here's a sight glass. So there's the sort of the inside fittings that you can see. The outside you've seen already. So it comes all pre-welded and everything. Cannot remember where the hell I got it from, but if you want to know, ask me and I'll put it in a message at the bottom. So yeah, so that is pretty much what we've got there as far as boilers and mash tuns are concerned. Okay, that's doing alright. So underneath here we've got two pumps. Both of these are from Keg Kingdom. You'll be able to see that as I can zoom in there. There you go. Both are from Keg Kingdom. They're 3,000 pumps. Absolutely brilliant. Love these pumps. I've changed the way I brew. So I've just got them mounted on a piece of wood at the back here. Just sort of reinforced at the back of the shed there to make sure that this basically doesn't wobble anywhere. Look at that wonderful piece of DIY. So yeah, so that's the pumps. Do really well. So what I'm doing with them at the moment is in here I'm boiling a load of water with a bit of citric acid. That comes down and into what I call pump one, which is one at the bottom, and out through. So the pumps have had other taps, some more taps are fitted to them. Oops, some more taps come out. It's just a bit of silicone tubing, and also on every tap, you probably can't see, you won't be able to see it, but I've got cam locks fitted on each of the taps, the side of the pumps rather, half-inch cam lock fittings up and into my sparging arm. That sparging arm's from Angel Homebrew. Some people don't like them. I'm okay with it. I haven't had that much of a problem. I mean, you can see it now, it's looking pretty effective. I mean, when you have these taps, and the taps have got, you know, obviously you can variate the level of flow coming through them. When the taps are on full blast, I mean, blimey, they absolutely come flying from me. You see it's looking pretty effective now. So yeah, so we've got cam locks on each of the taps. I've got another one up here. There you go. So literally trying to regulate between here at the moment. So there's the cam lock that's just filling up the boiler. Make sure that's filling up as quick as this one is filling up. So just as I go through, if I think that so look down there, that's a little bit low. So what I'll probably do is speed this up. So just take that down a tad, and that will speed up filling up that. Anyway, so that's that then. So sorry, as you're going on for 10 minutes. So I want to stop now. Well, I don't want to stop. I'll carry on because I'll show you the rest of the shed that I've got. A couple of taps here on a tower that fit underneath into this fridge. 2 kegs in there, and also on this fridge a couple more taps that feed into here. There we go, there's the back of it, so you can see. So the idea is, obviously, if you just want to grab a beer, get these things out. These things are really good. I find they keep the tap nice and clean. Pull it out, I can chuck that into a bit of Star Sand or something if I want. And I'm not going to do this one-handed. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Anyway, fuck it. I can pour myself a beer. I'll tell you what, look, if I prop you up down here so you can see what I'm doing. Does this work? Does this work? That's the question. Oh, that looks okay. Okay, that's come out fucking foamy, isn't it? That is. Look at that. So drain the foam. And fill it up with slightly less foam. Fuck it, I'll get there in the end. Anywho, you get the idea. So 2 taps there, 2 taps there. That's still the last of the white IPAs, a little bit left. That there is my smash beer. That I've just poured is the brown American brown, and that's the American pale. So so yeah, got them all under here. You can see the workings, and that's the gas and obviously the regs there, sort of thing. So just to finish this off, I've got 2 fermentation fridges. One here has got nothing in it, so that's got a couple of, like, these fans, I never ever turn them on, so I'll probably take them out and use them for a stir plate. Just a bit of wood that I've stuck in the bottom there to help the vents, and the heater, and the outside of there, you see, just comes out of there and then moves up and goes to this ink bird, which is not turned on at the moment, so obviously there's nothing in there. And then this side here I've got another ink bird, and that goes down into this where you've got the stout, which is, I think it's kind of bubbling a little bit, but anywho, there you go. So yeah, so that's pretty much the Brewshed setup. I'm happy with it. I wish this shit would piss off, but you know, c'est la vie. Anywho guys, thank you very much. If you've got any questions, whack it down in the post below, and I'll answer it. If you want to know where I bought stuff from or whatever, I'll let you know. Cheers guys.